The Harford Center supports adults with developmental or intellectual disabilities in and around Harford County. There are fewer resources available to adults with disabilities, and the Harford Center can be your answer. In the 60 years that they have been serving clients, they have helped thousands of not only clients, but their families as well. Join us in the next 30 minutes as we tell their story. I'm Christy Breslin, and this is Harford MagaScene. I'm here with Sherry Nolte. She is the CEO of the Harford Center. She has been running the Harford Center smoothly for years. They do such good work here in Harford County, and she's here to tell us all about it. Sherry, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for featuring the Harford Center. It means so much to us.
So Sherry, let's talk about the Harford Center. We've known each other a long time. You've been here for many years, and we just continue to see more great things coming out of the Harford Center. But for our viewers that aren't familiar with who you are and what you do, tell us about it.
The Harford Center is an organization that supports adults with disabilities to live their best lives. So we bring joy to people every day. So imagine waking up, Christy, and someone saying to you, what do you want to do today? And you getting to pick what you wanted to do. I want to go to the movies. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to volunteer. Whatever brings meaning to your life is the day that we create for people. So as I said, we support people with disabilities. We provide transportation to and from their homes. In a little while, you're going to hear from our program director, and he's the expert on all the things Harford Center. He's going to tell you more about how we do the amazing work that we do. A little bit about our history. We have been around for over 60 years. Hard to believe. I've been here 10 years, and I think our first interview was probably in year one.
It was, I remember, I do.
And in those 10 years, we have grown and changed, and we are not the organization that we were. And in large part, that is due to our staff, our amazing program director, Dave Black, our finance director, and our board of directors. We have so much support from this community. In addition to the county, Harford County provides a tremendous amount of support for the Harford Center, in addition to local partners, foundations, and grants, and people like you who are willing to hear our story. So I'm excited to tell it to you.
Now, Sherry, as we've talked about, you have such a great, strong mission here. But one question is, who do you support? Is it adults only?
It's adults only. So when someone is in school and they're looking at the next stage of life, so for your children, when you're looking at the next stage of life, be it college or vocation, we're the next stage of life for people over 21 to find how they bring meaning to their lives. We support people to work. So we help people find jobs, volunteer work, or people to build skills and develop their sense of community and inclusion. So we support people across an entire continuum, from people who want and are able to work for gainful employment at a minimum wage and hopefully better, to people who need supports for all their activities of daily living, for ambulating, toileting, feeding, et cetera. So we are able to support all kinds of wonderful and amazing people with differing abilities.
Now, Sherry, let me ask you, from what I understand, there's not a lot of resources for adults with disabilities. Is that correct?
Unfortunately. This county is lucky that it does receive a lot of support from the county. There are a few providers here, but once your child ages out of the educational system, your resources, your opportunities, your choices decrease significantly. And that's why we really want to stress to individuals when they come to the Harford Center, it's about you. It's Harford centered around you. And what do you want to do? And when someone says to me, well, how many programs do you have? I'll say, well, how many individuals do we support? If we support 100 people, we've got 100 different services, because everyone's different and everyone's day looks different.
You have been here for 10 wonderful years, and you have truly made a difference. Tell me, so much to be proud of, but what are you most proud of?
You know, when I look back over the 10 years, there have been a lot of trials and tribulations. Like everyone else, we made it through COVID. We were one of the few organizations as a day hab provider that actually stayed open and made it and survived and succeeded through COVID. But what I'm most important about is the emptiness of this building. So when I started here 10 years ago, people were here in this building every day for 6 hours. And they were certainly getting good care, but it wasn't the stimulation, it wasn't the choice that we've been able to provide over the last 10 years. People are out and about in their community. We pick them up at their homes. At our one site that Dave's going to talk to you about, we don't even go back to a building. People are meeting in the community and then they're dispersing either to work or volunteer or be a part of their communities. Here we bring people back, we do whatever we need to do to support them to be out in the community, and then people break into groups and say, where do you want to go today? And you'll see our buses around. Hopefully you'll get to see some pictures of some of our buses. And we're all around the county. And we're at malls, and we're at the movies, and we're also doing important work of volunteering.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's what I'm most proud about. I'm most proud that we're not taking trips. We're a part of this community. These aren't field trips for people. This is, how do you spend your day? This is the important tasks that bring people's lives meaning. And it has become almost organic, where you can see the joy on people's faces. When they're coming back at the end of the day to disperse and they're talking about what they've done, I'm kind of jealous. Like, I wish I could get out of this building. That's the one thing I have not achieved, is getting out of this building myself. But people are really happy, and that's what I'm proud about. That's what I'm most proud about, is that people are happy here.
Oh, they absolutely are. I've seen so many pictures. I've met clients. I've talked to parents. Now, what is one thing that you think that people should know about the Harford Center that maybe they don't?
We're a nonprofit, and like all nonprofits, we have to be very responsible with the funding that we get.
Right.
We have a couple different streams of funding, and this is kind of the boring stuff that people don't want to hear about, the funding part of it. But we are state funded for the most part. And if people don't come to our program, we don't get paid, but we still have expenses. We have to keep the lights on, and we have to pay payroll. So that gap in revenue, we have to fundraise for, and we have some amazing fundraisers, and our development director is going to be telling you, Laura Weinstein is going to be telling you more about that, and ways to support the Harford Center and ways to donate, et cetera. But what I want people to know is that it takes truly a community to keep our organization running. Partners, businesses, people who are willing to employ people who are supported at the Harford Center. People like you who are willing to tell our story so that people understand what this building is and what it isn't. People drive by this on their way to 95 and think, oh, I wonder what that building is with all those buses. And I love that you're giving us the opportunity to tell that story.
Well, you have a very important story to tell, and I know that sometimes people don't want to hear about the funding, but funding is so important because we wouldn't have a Harford Center without the funding.
No money, no service.
Exactly. So talk about the Fund the Need campaign.
So our Fund the Need campaign, and this is something we're really, really excited about. Everyone knows COVID happened, right, and the workforce changed significantly. People's wages shifted significantly. Maryland law changed in that minimum wage was raised and is continuing to be raised. We're competing with organizations such as Amazon, Royal Farm Store, McDonald's, other local organizations that, so let me see if I can paint a picture. So if Royal Farm Store wants to make more money, they raise their prices.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So if they want to pay their employees more money, they'll say, well, now, a breakfast sandwich is going to go from $5 to $6, and they can increase their revenue. We don't have the ability to do that. So our Fund the Need campaign is really about getting our wages up for our direct support professionals so that they're paid a living wage. Sadly, our staff are not paid a living wage. That a little bit above minimum wage is not a living wage in Harford County. It's not a living wage in any place in Maryland. And we want our staff to be able to have careers, not just jobs, things that they can feel proud of, where they're able to earn the money that they should be earning for the incredibly hard work they're doing. So our staff work long days. They get up, they drive big buses. They have to be DOT certified, which is Department of Transportation certified. Many of them are certified med techs. They have to be licensed, and the oversight is from the Board of Nursing. They're responsible for people's emotional, spiritual, physical, and well-being across a whole continuum of needs. And then they have to take people home. So they're responsible for people's lives and happiness. They deserve to make wages that makes them feel valued and respected. And that's fund the need.
You and I were talking off air, and you were telling me about the staff. You truly love your staff, and you were telling me how passionate and dedicated they are. Tell me more about them.
I have the best staff. The staff at the Harford Center have more heart, more compassion, more dedication than any group of people I've met in my career. The work that they do, sometimes I'm lucky enough to just kind of sit back and watch the work, and just the kindness. And the staff at the Harford Center know the people we support. They're not caretakers. They're right there with people and partnering with them. They understand a lot of our individuals are not traditionally communicative, so they're not chatting back and forth like we are, but they're absolutely communicating. And the staff that work with people understand kind of at a core level what the messages are that people are trying to communicate. And I'm sure you've been in a situation where you try to say something to someone and you're not getting your point across and you get really frustrated.
Yeah, I think we all have.
And in the industry it's called a behavior. Don't like that term, but we try to minimize people's behavioral responses by trying to listen to them. And if that means listening with your eyes, your ears, looking at the whole person, 80% of communication is nonverbal. So why do we have trouble hearing and communicating with one another? Our staff take the time to look, listen. And many of us don't do that, but our staff do.
Sherry, thank you so much. It's so great to see all the things happening here at the Harford Center. A lot of changes and a lot to look forward to in the future.
Thank you for your time. I'm so excited we had the opportunity to talk about the Harford Center, our successes, and I hope people tune in and get to learn a lot more about us.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking on that, coming up next, we're going to learn more about how you can get involved, you can volunteer, or you can even donate to the mission. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Bob, and my wife and I have a daughter named Gwen. She's been an active participant in the Harford Center program for over 2 years now. She is part of the Highland Center. A couple of things that Gwen really enjoys about the program is the variety. So different days, there are different activities, and oftentimes they're driven by spontaneity and sometimes also by choices that other members of the group will make. And so one day they might be at the park if it's a pretty day outside. Another time they might be visiting a local church to help with the soup kitchen or packaged food for homeless. They enjoy volunteering as well. They've done some gardening projects in Havre Grace. They really get out and about and travel, and the variety, I think, of the program is the thing that Gwendolyn, I think, enjoys the most, in the fact that she has so many different activities and she can mix and mingle with different groups other than her own group at Highlands as well. So those are really the highlights, I think, for Gwen. And for my wife and I, we know that she's in good hands, that she's well taken care of, that she has time to do the things she wants to do with her friends and some downtime, but there's also scheduled activities as well as part of that program.
It is my honor to be joined by the new Director of Development here at the Harford Center, Laura Weinstein. Laura, thanks so much for being here. I've heard great things. You're a wonderful addition to the center, and I'm excited to hear all about your experience so far. Thank you. Glad to be here. So Laura, welcome to the Harford Center. You just started. I know you're the Director of Development. So tell me, what does the Director of Development do? What is your role?
My role, I think we've kind of been developing the role as I settle into it. So, besides kind of, finding the money, finding the grants, you heard Sherry talking about what some of our needs are. It's also connecting us to the community. We're really trying hard to connect with our local Havre de Grace community and then in Harford County. So that's been a large part of my role. And just getting to know people here so I know what the need is.
Now, the Harford Center obviously has a lot of needs. Currently, what are the biggest needs that you have?
So one of them is transportation. It is a huge part of our cost to operate. It's what drives our mission, our ability to carry out our mission, which is to bring joy to people and keep them in their community. We want them connected to the community. We don't want them sitting in the building all day. We want them to find those things that they enjoy doing and make sure that we can get them there. And that takes a lot of resources.
Oh, absolutely.
So transportation is one of the biggest.
Now, in your opinion, as Director of Development, why should someone donate to the Harford Center? Besides transportation, where does that money go?
So we actually have a lot of other needs besides transportation. There's activities for people in the community when we're taking them out. We don't ask them to pay for those activities, so we cover the cost of those. It costs money to maintain this building. And grants and things, other sources of funding don't necessarily cover that. It costs money to train our staff and to make sure that we have good quality trained staff that feel comfortable within their role. So those are a few of the other large needs that we have.
And it doesn't have to be a monetary donation. You can support them in other ways, right?
Correct, yes. We do have a few other needs. We have a need for volunteers. So we have a few events coming up that I know we're going to talk about, but we need people to support those events. We have some needs here just around the center. We've had volunteers come in and help serve Thanksgiving meals to the participants and staff. We need people who have an expertise in specific areas. Construction, we've had people who owned an art studio to come in and do crafts with people we support. We've had people come in and read to the people we support, and they absolutely love it. So yes, and we also have a wish list of items that we need that we end up purchasing ourselves when we run out, and that list is on our website under the donation page.
We were talking about events, so we've got some events coming up. What are they?
We do. So we have every year in May, we hold an annual golf tournament that raises money for all of the things that we just talked about. It's one of our biggest events. We sell tickets on our website, and we ask for sponsorships that helps kind of support our mission.
And we got to talk about the spooky soiree. That's my favorite.
Yes. So we have an upcoming spooky soiree in a few months. This year it's in October. It'll be on Saturday, October 19th this year. So we're very excited about that. We'll be putting out information about that soon on our website. Sponsorship and ticket purchasing will come up soon.
Now, your events are so special. What makes them different from the others?
So we really try to kind of incorporate things that are different. And one thing I've learned just coming into this role and working with the committee who helps us create these events is that we're always trying to elevate it each year. So, this year, for example, we have a golf cannon. We have oysters being a professional oyster shucker coming in on one of our holes. So we're trying to always elevate and make those events exciting. And when you donate to them, you know that the money is going to our mission, to a great cause. And yeah.
Well, Laura, how would somebody donate to the Harford Center? A monetary donation, they could donate their time, or what if they want to come to one of the amazing events, or maybe even help with the wish list? How would they do that?
Yes. So all of that information is on our website, www.harfordcenter.org. We have on the homepage, there is a link to our golf tournaments, and we will have the Spooky Soiree up very soon. There'll be a link there, and when you click on the link, there are specific drop downs for sponsorship levels and for tickets. And then under our donation page, we have a wish list and other ways that you can support the Harford Center.
Laura, thank you so much. So excited to have you on board at the Harford Center to see what you have planned for the future, and I know it's been a great experience for them having you here so far.
Thank you.
Well, coming up next, we're going to hear more about the Harford Center, how you can contribute, how you can donate, and how you can get more involved. Believe me, volunteering for them is an experience you don't want to miss. Stay with us.
Okay, LaTrend, so tell us again, what do you like about the Harford Center?
I like the library and the Mount Zion Church, and I like to see my friends,
Yeah, seeing your friends.
see my friends.
What do you do here at Aberdeen Restore? What do you do when you're here?
We wipe out the dresser,
You wipe off the furniture?
furniture, we go to the
Very
flea
good.
market.
Very good.
There's on the dresser and the couch.
Dust the couches.
Yeah.
Great.
And chairs,
Great. Okay.
and
That's great. Anything else you want to say about why you like coming to the Harford Center?
it's great.
It's great. All right. Thank you, LaTrend.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Mike. My wife and I, Kelly, we send our son Patrick to the Harford Center. He loves attending, and we know that he loves it because every day he wakes up with a smile, ready for the day. He gets home fully exhausted. He's out in the community every day. His favorite place is Mount Zion. He does bingo, arts and crafts, dancing. I believe he goes there 2 days a week, and he just loves it. We feel very safe with him being here, and we would recommend Harford Center to anyone.
Dave Black is the Chief Operating Officer here at the Harford Center. Now, he joins me today to talk about all the good work that they're doing here in Harford County and how they're working so hard to support adults with disabilities. Hi, Dave.
Hi, how are you?
Great. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for coming.
So, Dave, you're the Chief Operating Officer here at the Harford Center. You've been here for 5 years, and the Harford Center supports people in so many ways. It's a very long list, so let's talk about that list.
It is. It's a lot. We provide meaningful day supports for the people that we work with. So that can be anything from day habilitation, career exploration, employment services, self-directed services, personal supports. We also provide transportation as well. So we have 20 vehicles that can help us get people from A to B when need to be as well.
Wow, 20 vehicles. Now, what sets you apart from other providers?
I think a few things set us apart from others. One of the big things is just our drive. Is we're always looking to make sure, how do we do things better? How do we improve things? We don't want to show up here in 2 years and see the exact same thing over and over again. How do we make it better? I think also what really gets us above everybody else is just our staff. They have so much heart, so much care, and they are such strong advocates for the people that we support. Myself, Sherry, Laura, anybody else, we can say what we want to say and try to get things going, but without the staff, it just doesn't happen.
I know it's a great place to work. We've heard that from Sherry. We've heard it from Laura. So you're currently hiring? What would your ideal candidate be like?
The ideal candidate would be somebody who is very compassionate, strong advocate for the people that we support, loves what they do day in and day out. I've been in this field for a long time. I've always said that if you take 10 random people off the street, you can probably fit 8 or 9 of those people into some kind of a service industry. But for our particular service, you could probably take the same 10 and maybe get 2 or 3 that can really succeed and be really, truly strong advocates for the people that we support.
Well, you are doing a lot to support these people. So you have a couple of initiatives that you're working on for the future. Can you kind of talk about them?
Absolutely. One of the things that we want to look at is broadening out a little bit and looking at providing behavioral supports as well to individuals. We think that we have a really strong infrastructure in place. We have the people that are available, and we think that we could provide that support really efficiently to the people that we serve, as well as others that are out there too. One of the other things that we go along with too is going to be to significantly increase our employment piece of things. We work particularly at our Highland location, which serves individuals that are primarily looking for employment services. We really want to branch that out as much as possible. They do a tremendous job with a lot of volunteer activities. They make sure that everybody's out every day and working on those kind of skills. And then for our Earlton location, we want to broaden that out as well for more community access, more places to go in the community, more places to go in the county, more places to just see and experience for everybody that we support.
Dave, I understand that you support people here at the Harford Center that want to work, but apparently there's a process that goes along with it. Can you explain the process?
Sure. At our Highland location, we actually have 2 staff that are specifically dedicated to that specific task. They work with individuals who want to get employment. So they will identify strengths, weaknesses, things to work on. We'll work on interviewing skills. We'll work on how to dress appropriately for an interview. Our staff will actually go on the interview with the individuals and make sure that everything is conveyed the right way. Speak to the employers themselves, go in, make sure that hours are worked out, because transportation can be a little dicey sometimes depending on things. We like to make sure that that everybody is all on the same page as far as what the expectations are. And then even after that, if the individual winds up getting the job, we still provide a support to make sure that things are going well, that there's no issues maybe down the road, that everybody's acting exactly as they should be throughout.
Now, Dave, obviously it takes a village, and you have some pretty strong partnerships out there. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. We work very closely with an organization called Mason-Dixon, which is actually located in the Highland building. And what they do is we actually organize a food pantry, and it winds up being a food delivery to the elderly and people who can't get out and get supplies that they might need in terms of food. And we'll actually go door to door and deliver these things about once or twice a week to make sure that everybody gets the supplies that they need for food.
Dave, what about the feedback from the parents and the clients? Every time I'm here, I see videos, I hear stories. They're always so happy and excited to come to the Harford Center.
Yes, the parents and the clients are amazing. They're fiercely supportive of everything that we do. They really work hard and tirelessly. We have a number of parents who purposely just jump in and say, hey, do you need anything at all? Because we'll do it, we'll supply it, we'll be there, we'll help, we'll do whatever we can. And for the individuals, I mean, really, that's why we're here. I mean, it's the only reason why we're here, is to help individuals, to help them achieve their goals, to help them get to where they want to be in their life, and it's different for every single person. So one person might want one goal, and another person might have another, and that's perfectly fine, and we'll do whatever we can to help them reach that goal.
Dave, thank you again for all the contributions that you've made here at the Harford Center, and I'm really looking forward to all the great events that we have going forward and just seeing the Harford Center continue to grow and grow.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to it as well.
Well, as you've heard Dave say, so much happening here at the Harford Center. Believe me, it's something that you want to get involved in. They're looking for donors, they're looking for sponsors. If you think that's something that you could contribute, you can always visit them at harfordcenter.org. More to come.
Hi, my name is Deja Watson. I'm the medical caseworker at the Harford Center. I recently got my position in October. I was originally a DSP, which I enjoy and I miss sometimes, but I did get the chance to grow here at the Harford Center. One of the things that I love about working at the Harford Center is supporting the individuals that we have here. I really enjoy being an advocate for them when they don't have a voice for themselves. You know, we have the privilege to help them have a meaningful day, get everything they want and need. I enjoy just being a part of their world, making them have a place in our world.
I hope you're inspired by what you have seen today, and if you have the time and if you want to be a part of this wonderful organization, the Harford Center not only is currently hiring, but they're also looking forward to having more sponsorships, more donations, and more people like you. If you would like more information on them, you can always visit their website at harfordcenter.org. I'm Christy Breslin. See you next month on Harford MagaScene.